Hi, I'm Bruce from North Star Games, and we're about to do a playthrough of Wits and Wagers, the Deluxe Edition. Let me first introduce everybody that'll be playing with me today. To my left, to your right, is Natasha.
Hi.
To my right, to your left, is Thea. And you already know Big Rig.
Yay.
So one super cool thing about this game is the pieces are really, really cool. If you've ever played Wits and Wagers before, one of the things you'll notice is how, and this I believe is a trademark term, but one that I'm going to steal right now, how deluxeified the pieces are. Everything's super luxe in this. The chips are heavy, everything has the denominations written on it, the board is cool. One of the things that you will notice. If you don't know anything about this game, that's fantastic, because neither does anybody else at the table with me. So you are about to learn exactly how easy this game is to teach and play. So basically, here's what's going to happen. We're going to play a 7-question game show. This is a mix of a trivia game show and a little bit of gambling, as you can tell with the layout that's in front of us. I'm going to read you a question that is a number question. It's going to have a number answer. You're going to try and write the answer that is the closest without going over. So just like The Price is Right.
Awesome.
When you're done that, I'm going to read the question, write it on your dry erase board, and then just put it flat in front of you. Once everyone's done that, we'll move on to the next stage of the game, okay?
Okay.
All right.
So we're going to start with question number 1. Numero uno, this is how we start things out. In what year was the Statue of Liberty unveiled to the American public? As a note, that feeling you have right now where you're going, I don't really know this, that's what the whole game is based on.
Okay.
We like to call this the trivia game for people that don't like trivia.
Great.
Because unless there are things that you pat know, and every once in a while one of your friends will pat know one of these, but it's not a normal thing to see happen. That is wrong. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to drop that in front of me. As soon as everyone's done, just let me know. Just put them flat in front of you. I see you're done, Rick. Okay. Everyone's in. So now it's the big reveal. Everybody show your answers. I have to make them right side up so that the camera can see them. And now we're going to lay them out on the board. So there are 4 of us playing. The game will accommodate technically as few as 3 and as many comfortably as 21.
Wow.
Although I will tell you, having done it before, it will take 75 or 80 people. You can do it. It's just a lot harder. I would say in your living room, if you are not a licensed and trained game show professional, you're good at about 21 to 28 people. Okay, so let's throw all these answers out here in front of us. 1890, 1910, 1821, and 1876. So here's what you're going to do, is you're going to arrange them from smallest to largest. Since there are 4 of us playing the game, we're going to use the 2 sides, the 2 spaces on each side of the center space. That's just to make sure that all the bets are fair and legal. If you have any issues with that when you're playing at home, if you take a look at the rules will explain to you exactly where to place all the pieces. If we played with 5 people, we would then have the center space, et cetera, et cetera. But once again, refer to your rules to find out. So 1821, 1876, 1890, and 1910. If you take a look, you receive 2 chips that are in your color. You're going to get to bet those every single time. I'll give them back to you every round, whether you get it right or you get it wrong. What you're going to do now is you're going to place a bet on the answer you think is closest without going over. Okay? It's going to pay you the odds on the table. So if you take a look, if you think 1821 is closest without going over, you can bet your chips there, and it will pay you 4 to 1, just like it tells you on the table. Okay? You are allowed to bet on yourself. You do not have to. You are allowed to bet your chips together. You do not have to. One more thing to note, if you think the answer is before 1821, you can bet smaller than the smallest guess, and it will pay you 6 to 1. Okay?
That's cool.
Couple things to note. I feel like we're going to play kind of quick. Out there in TV land, in Internetburg, in Phonesville, if you're playing with people that are going to take too long, we actually provide an hourglass in the game to make people answer quicker and to make them bet quicker. I am not going to use it in this demonstration because I really don't think it's going to be a problem. But if you have friends that just get into analysis paralysis, and that is a problem for your game, do not hesitate to use this, or if you happen to have your phone, feel free to use any of the many apps that keep time. I believe there is a 60-second limit in this game. Once again, we're not going to worry about that because we're playing among friends here, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, please place your bets. So I'm going to go 1 there and 1 there.
What'd you just do?
So what I did was I bet on 1821 that answer up to before 1876. I also put one smaller that I think it could be before 1821.
All right.
And everybody's allowed to make your bets at the same time. It's like a roulette table.
I would like the same, please.
You want the same bet?
Yeah.
You got it. We're going to set those up. Okay, all bets are
yeah.
in. Now, here's the thing I like to do, once again, for those of you that are paying attention, is I like to do a good, solid, no more bets, please, like a roulette table. That always just feels good to me. Here we go. In what year was the Statue of Liberty unveiled to the American public? Fun fact. Okay, so on the back of these cards are what we call fun facts. They are often very factual. I argue how much fun they are. So I feel like if I'm really enthusiastic about it, then it just makes it a lot more fun.
Sure.
So fun fact, the Statue of Liberty was presented to the United States by France. It's a thing people know.
Yes.
The correct answer is 1886.
Oh.
1886. So that means 1878 is the closest answer without going over, because 1890 went over. The person orange, I can't remember who was
That is
orange.
me.
Okay, so you're going to get a $300 bonus that I put right on top of your board. That is
Nice.
because you were the closest without going over. We're now going to pay what we see on the table. It pays 3 to 1. Those are $100 chips. Those two you start with are both worth 100 apiece. So $300 for purple and $300 for orange. Pull back your bets, pull back your chips, pull back your everything. We're going to jump into question number 2.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Can we do that?
Grab everything. Let's see here. I'll get it out to you, Rick.
Okay, great.
There you go.
I'm gonna have to get
You can
close to
help
the
me
edge.
because I can't reach.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Purple goes here, and I take gray. So that's the end of question number 1. The game is going to continue as such. One thing to note, some of you, I don't have any, but some of you now have cardboard chips. You are allowed to bet them in future turns, but every time you bet the cardboard chips, they must be accompanied by one of your color so that anybody outside can tell who in the heck made the bet.
Makes sense.
Okay? And we're moving on to our next question. Here we go. J.R.R. Tolkien sold the Lord of the Rings film rights in 1968. In dollars, what was the selling price?
So
Once
not,
again.
not in goats or orcs.
Not in goats or orcs.
Okay.
And as much as I do think, and also a case of beer is probably intentionally should be added to the end of this, don't.
Okay.
Oh.
Just in dollars. J.R.R.
I'm gonna have to
Tolkien
change some
sold
of
the Lord of the Rings film rights in 1968. In dollars, what was the selling price? And also, because that's how all these deals went in like 1968.
Right.
Right.
It was like, and also a sculpture from Picasso, but on top of the film rights, you will need to add hand grenades.
Right.
Because that's just how 1960s deals went down when you were an artist.
Fair
That's
enough.
how they go.
Okay.
I'm locked in. Everybody locked in?
And
Yep.
you were
Locked in.
wrong.
Yep.
Okay, let's
Cap
take.
is on.
Cap is on. Let's take a look. I'm 25
Wow.
grand here.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Good. I'm actually really good. $1,573,679 and what appears to be a bottle of moonshine, and 300,000. Okay, so anytime two people have the same answer in this game, they're going to take the same space. That also means that you're going to change the number of spaces you use. So we're going to do this like it's a 3-player game. So it's going to be 2 stacked up on the 3 to 1, the 225,000s, 300 in the center, and 1,573,679, and then also a bottle of moonshine, but like cartoon moonshine with X's on it.
Yeah,
Is there. If 25,000 is the correct answer, we are both going to get paid $300 a piece for it. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, please place your bets.
I'll go middle, and
I'm gonna, let's
I'm gonna
see.
go in here.
I'm gonna keep $100. I'm gonna keep $200. I'm gonna be a wacky
Smart.
squirrel that way.
Smart.
I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna take smaller than the smallest
Wow.
guess.
Ooh.
It was
Forgot about that little
$1,968. Uh-oh. This is gonna be big, unless it's over $1.5 million, and then the whole game, we're in trouble. Here we go, folks. Question number 5, I think, which we have here. J.R.R. Tolkien sold the Lord of the Rings film rights in 1968 in dollars.
Can't wait for fun facts.
What was the selling price? Fun fact! The Lord of the Rings is the highest grossing movie trilogy of all time.
I'm wearing my surprise
makes
face.
sense.
Yeah.
What?
We're being surprised at each other. He sold it for $15,000. $15,000. All of this. The widows and orphans, thank you so much for your donations. We're going to take all the. No. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Remember, giving begins at home. Thank you and thank you. I'll just take all of those from
His
you.
family has got to be so upset.
I get paid 6 to 1. 1, 2, 3,
No, he was
4,
talking about
5.
Dolphin's family.
That is an even $3,000. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Oh, it feels so good to have all your money.
I don't like that at all.
Grab your chips, grab your bets, grab your everything. There's still time on the clock. This game is not over.
That's what I get for believing in Rick.
Yeah, it's called poker face.
Well,
Is that what that was?
I'm terribly naive, so.
Got.
Oh, you did get got. You know who didn't
Clearly,
get
it's
got? This guy.
why I play roulette and not poker.
This guy with 3 G's
And
here.
craps.
Moving on to the next question. Brace yourselves, folks. In inches, how long is the average giant anteater's tongue? In inches, how long is the average giant anteater's tongue? Huh. This is a thing I will not be wagering on. I don't know. That's a number.
I used to know this.
Is this a thing you actually know, or are you just saying it's a thing you
No,
used to know?
In art class.
eons ago, in art class. No, in second grade, I did a report.
Did you say
And-
eons ago?
Eons. I'm an eldritch being. I did a report on the anteater.
Okay.
The
I
giant-
did not,
giant
so this is
anteater.
going to be an insane
I
answer.
don't remember.
See, but the thing is, folks, that could be all a lie.
I
by
could
the
be
way.
making all
Yes.
of that up.
Oh, this is
Because
a table
that could have
talk.
been
Is 100%
whole-
allowed.
big fat lie.
But it's
Yes.
not. And now I
I-
really love anteaters.
And I spent a long time working with anteaters, as a matter of fact. We were coworkers at a law firm.
Beautiful.
We were both paralegals, which was strange.
Classic.
Because
Yeah.
I'm unqualified,
And
and,
the
I
anteater.
believe she was an anteater.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you. I appreciate the game show laugh. Time for the reveal.
Oh,
I went for 17 inches.
27.
27,
Oh, close
28, and 30. 3 foot 2 inches, the size of like a real solid second grader. So here we go. Throw them out there. 17.
There you go.
Second grade. No.
Wada.
It's like the size of my toddler,
Oh, wow.
who's 4.
Then you know what we've learned? I don't know the size of children.
No.
I don't know if I can even be
Today
trusted
you
on this
learned.
anteater tongue question.
Yeah.
Place your bets, folks. I'm in with you. I don't trust any of us either.
I'm going to go because that's a nice little spread.
You're going
no,
here?
wait, 27. 27.
It's a spread of 1.
27 and 17 are 10, it's 10 inches.
So then
Yeah,
go
so
to-
you should bet on the 17.
So give me
How
that
does
back.
that work? Yeah.
And put it there.
It is
So
close
it's
without going
here.
over. So the 27 would give you all of 27 and then gets cut off at 28.
Yeah.
Remember earlier when I made the dealing mistake?
I don't
It was the
remember.
exact same mistake.
I don't
I'm
remember.
gonna do this. I don't know.
I like how we're not
We'll see.
adding cardboard anymore.
Yeah.
All right,
For
coming
that
down
last
here?
one.
Are you coming down here?
Yeah. And then I've done it myself.
That's a 1 gap. You think you hit it? You got it square on.
So.
Okay. Here we go.
Going in.
Yep.
How long is the average giant anteater's tongue? Fun fact, y'all.
Oh.
In relation to body size, the giant anteater has the longest tongue of any mammal.
Wow.
Yeah,
Makes
Good to
sense.
know.
that's true.
It has to get
Gene
involved
Simmons
with
would
those,
argue.
those anthills.
And the correct answer is 24 inches. A cool 2 feet.
Nice.
24 inches the correct answer. That means
I almost went
$300.
24 and I added extra just in case.
Me too.
I did not do that, but I also was just guessing. I just like the number 17 a bunch.
There you go.
$1, 2, 3, $400 paid to orange, $400 paid to gray, and $400 paid to purple. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Please pull up your chips and your bets and all that good stuff. I think those feel like mine.
Oops.
That's also thank you. And then purple stuff here. And there you go.
Awesome. Thank you.
2, 3, 4,
Gracias.
5, 6. This is our final question of the game. At the end of this, the person with the most cardboard, most value in cardboard, is going to win the game. And
Ridiculous.
I wish you all the absolute best of luck.
As he continues to manhandle his,
Right? Yeah.
Pile.
his stacks.
In miles, what is the
Okay.
distance in a straight line from New York to Los Angeles?
Oh my lord.
In miles, what is the distance in a straight line from New York to LA? I feel pretty good about that.
I don't. I haven't.
Me
I haven't
either.
made that road trip in a while.
I've always,
Never
that's a
made
road
that
trip
road.
I've always wanted to make, but never had the chance. I've been to LA, I've been to New York, I haven't connected one to the other.
I'd like to take a train.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
A game train.
A game train.
You know,
Even cooler.
we have just created an idea that I'm sure someone will take advantage
Make it
of.
some kind of convention.
Matter
Moving
of-
convention.
You know what I thought was one of the coolest things ever? We're going to talk about a mass market game for just a second, but we're chatting. And that's the cool thing about Wits and Wagers, this kind of stuff can come up. Is at one point Monopoly, for their World Championships, started a train in Florida, and you took the train up to Atlantic City, and people got knocked out of the tournament on the train.
That's
the
cool.
last four came into Atlantic City and played on the boardwalk in Atlantic City. So you were on a 16 people were playing actively as the train went up the East Coast.
Oh my
so
God.
And
fun.
I always thought that was such like a cool publicity stunt.
Yeah.
I was like, that's really, sometimes you just have to say,
cool.
you know what,
That's
mass
really
market
fun.
game,
Hashtag
good work.
fun fact.
Hashtag fun fact. Is everybody locked in?
Locked in.
Let's reveal them.
Pen caps are on.
I went with one. Because I want to make sure that none of you turkeys can get 6 to 1. So this is a jerk move, hashtag jerk move. I want to throw that right there. 4241, a cool 4,000, and 3203. Although sometimes I have problems reading upside down, so I think I got that right. There you go, folks. Although I have given you a heck of a gap from 1 to 32 and some change.
True.
Literally the worst.
You know,
It's very rude.
I'm gonna hold on to all of this.
This is
and
our last.
This is it. At the
is
end
it,
of this,
right?
we start adding stuff up.
You put mine down there on mine, please.
You got it. That feels right.
And this is a straight line.
This is a
From New York.
Boop. Yeah, this is like as if we were
Los
traveling by
Angeles.
map.
Okay.
Just zoop.
Okay. And then the gap. And then so it has to be this and up.
Closest without going over.
Okay. So it'd have to be under that.
If it were 3,200, that would make this a correct answer. If it were 3,205, this would be the correct answer. Closest without
Like it would be
going
the other way. That's
over. Just like Price is Right. If you bid on that toaster
Oh, and you go over.
and
Oh,
you
I
go
see, I
over,
see.
you can't buy that. You don't get to buy that toaster.
Okay.
And that's why we did it that way, because that is just something, for some reason we are all ingrained with that Price is Right sensibility. So that's exactly why we used it. Was in playtesting, we found people really wanted that.
Right.
So we said, okay, if that's what people want and people understand, let's do it. Although it does cause like that dealing issue
Yeah, and
that I had earlier
I'm not a big
sometimes.
fan of this, by the way. What you just
Oh no,
did
I
there.
know. That is a jerk move, and I would normally not say it so polite, but we're here on the internet, and everything on the internet's polite. So that's why I say it that way. But no, I knew what I was doing. I don't want any of you to catch me.
I don't think any of us could.
No.
No, maybe at 6 to 1 with everything.
Possibly.
There's a shot.
Ooh.
Oh my.
And that is certainly a heck of a jump towards it. All bets in?
All bets are in.
No more bets, please. Final question of the game. In miles, what is the distance in a straight line from New York to LA? Interestingly enough, no fun fact on this one.
Dang.
Just a blank space. Here's what I'm gonna do. The other question, in what year did the USSR launch Sputnik 1, the first satellite to be sent into space? Fun
1966.
fact. Sputnik 1 was about the size of a basketball and weighed 183 pounds. It was 1957, if you were
57,
interested.
wow.
But for this question, our New York to LA question, in a straight line, traveling by map like the Muppets, whoop, 2,448 miles. 2,448 miles.
This game.
So there's a quick 300, and then 1, 2, oh wow, 10, 11, 1,200, so $4,800. So 25, 35, 45, 46, 47, $4,800 is the hit right there. This pays $400.
I'll take
1,
it.
2, 3, 4.
I'm going to get steak.
This pays 1, 2, 3, $1,200. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. There's your giant $1,200 stack. I'm gonna pull all of these and bring them into the house. Bam, bam, bam. Now what you're gonna do is everybody adds up the amount of cardboard chips. Your 2 starting chips do not matter anymore because we all started with the same $200. I'm gonna try and do this from smallest to largest. Rick, how much do you have?
I have $400, just enough to go down to the strip and get myself a nice T-bone steak.
Indeed, I would say a heck of a T-bone steak with $400.
Yeah.
Looking at stacks, I can't tell here. I'm not necessarily sure I'm even in this game anymore. Natasha, how much do you have?
I have 5,900.
Ooh, meh, 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 meh. Thea looks like she's still counting. I see a counting face on.
33.
33. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 30, there's 35, there's 4,000, 4,300. So Tasha has won. And that is Wits and Wagers, the deluxe edition. You can get it at your friendly local game store and play it with your friends. It's great for really any party. What a lot of people pull this out for is when you're gonna have those like really huge events with people. So sometimes like a New Year's Eve party, if you kind of do one of those where you're like, hey, we still have to be around the kids, so we're all gonna have to be in one house, but let's do something everybody can play together. Any kind of like family events like Thanksgiving, because that's when you're gonna have a ton of people in the house.
I would love this for our house.
And what's really cool about it, like I said, it plays as few as 3, although I'll be honest, I really would play it at 4 and more, but you can get to those big numbers. Then at the larger numbers, what we do is this. We would be a team. So we play as a 2-player team.
That is so fun. I love that.
Indeed.
I really
That's cool.
love that.
And what's super cool is I would say you can comfortably play up to a 3-person team. Once you get beyond a 3-person team, it gets a little faction-y, but I would say at 3 people, it's never a problem, because it's even if 2 people know and the 3rd person doesn't, they just go like, I have nothing here, guys, and the other 2 work it out. But normally at 3 people, everybody can still be active and can still be a part of it. It's a
balance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a great game for classrooms, anywhere you're gonna have a bunch of people, small to mid-sized conventions. And then once again, like I said, this game will play 75, 80, 100 people. It's just the teams are so huge that sometimes they get a little unwieldy unless you're used to doing this sort of thing.
Makes sense.
Yep. But once again, you can pick this up at your friendly local neighborhood game store. If you're curious about this and other games that we make, you can visit us at northstargames.com. If you'd like to hear about new games before they come out, join our mailing list. Once again, check it out at northstargames.com. We would love to have you, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Once again, I'm Bruce, and I've been joined by
Natasha.
Thea.
And Rick.
and just wave time.